Hey, today I'm going to share a favorite classic EdTech tool. This is Google Docs. It's part of the G Suite that many people use, but I'm going to share a couple innovative ways that you could use it with students. Hey, so here is my Google Doc of innovative ways that I like to use Google Docs. So the first one is very simple. It's the dictionary. So, a lot of times students are not going to want to raise their hand if they don't understand a word, but you could just highlight a word and right click, and then it has defined. So you can see it shows you what the shortcut is, and a shortcut is something we'll talk about later, Control Shift Y. So you're able to actually see the definition along with how to pronounce it and usage. So this is fantastic. It's a great way to have students expand their vocabulary and actually teach themselves. So the next step is the Explore feature. So this is one that I really love. You can go to Tools and hit Explore, and you could search your document or the web. So if I have something I'm looking for, so like if it's, let's say students. So I could actually hit students and you can see that it's pulling up a web search. I could also look up an image search or my own Google Drive, all really handy. So you could actually explore right from Google Docs. Next is the accessibility tools. These are some of my favorites. So I think accessibility is especially important these days. So one of them is using shortcuts like we just looked at. So one of my favorite accessibility tools is voice typing. So you could hit Control, Shift, and S, and you will see that pop up. I'm just going to hit Allow Microphone. So now I could actually talk, and it will actually write for me, which is fantastic. And I'm going to click it again to stop it. You could also find the voice typing tool under Tools, and you can see it has another really handy thing right next to it, which is Translate Document, which is great for students that come in out of the country who might not speak English, and for any ESL or ENL students, really, really handy tool. So when you are using suggestions, it's a lot like when you could highlight something typically on a document and leave a comment. Very, very similar. So you could always leave a comment, and that's a way to just let someone know something. And you could type something in, let someone know something. But when you actually switch to the suggesting drop down up on top here, everything you write now is suggested the same way. So it's a way to actually work in the document without making any impact, and the original document owner could choose to accept or deny all of them. So that's a really nice way to actually work, especially when it's collaboratively. So, when I worked on my book, this is something that I did constantly with my editors, and it was really, really helpful. And then finally, there is collaborative notes. So with collaborative notes, one of the things that is really nice is if you go to the share settings, you're able to actually create a link. So I could take the entire school district and copy a link and then post this in a Google Doc. So I could collaborate and create notes together with other educators, or you could have students actually share and collaborate on notes together as well as documents and writing. So really fantastic. You could post this link in Google Classroom and it's accessible. And if you wanted to share beyond your school district, you could also hit anyone with this link. This is something that I would probably reserve just for like educators if you're at a conference or something like that, not for students. So that's a few ways to use it innovatively. Let me know in the comments if you have other ways that you've been using Google Docs in interesting ways with your students. And as always, if you need any help, feel free to reach out.